Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Mike here at Game from Scratch, and it's nice to be talking about, well, game development as opposed to, other stuff. So that's what we're doing today. We're talking about a new humble bundle of interest to game developers, and I think this one is going to knock the socks off some of you, and some of you are just not going to give a damn. And this is one of the biggest bundles I have seen yet in two ways: size and price tag, unfortunately. So this one is the RPG Game Development Assets Bundle, and it's a collection of 2D art, music, and sound effects for creating RPGs, both kind of in the Western and in the Eastern style. The way humble bundles work is a collection of stuff, in this case game assets, around a common theme, in this case RPGs. You decide how your money is spent. You buy in different tiers. You buy a high dollar value tier, you get all the tiers below it, and you pick how your money is allocated between charity, between humble, between the developer, and if you so choose, and thanks so much if you do, to support Game from Scratch. Now, like all bundles, I buy them, and that one kind of hurt in this particular case, but you will get an idea of what you get here. So let's jump right in. Now, this is from the GameDev Marketplace, and unfortunately, I bought this bundle before I checked how much of it overlapped with previous bundles, but I will show you how to check to see if the asset you're interested in is already in your humble library, so you don't buy things twice. So let's go take a look at the first tier. The first tier is, unfortunately, Canadian currency. We're looking at $1.50 Canadian, so that's probably $1 US. You get the RPG Game Desert tile set, the RPG Human and Monsters sprites. You get the dialogue boxes set, the Audio Alchemist set, the Japanese bar interior assets, the Osaka City game assets, the RPG Inventory Fantasy Battle Axis, the RPG Inventory Fantasy Bows, the RPG Inventory Fantasy Daggers, and Fantasy Potions, Fantasy Spears, and Fantasy Swords, and finally the Warrior Adventure Game Characters Pack. Now you can see the retail price of any one of these assets below. Again, they are from the GameDev Marketplace. These have been featured previously on these in humbles, not necessarily the full pack here. Like I said, this pack is absolutely gigantic by the time we get to the end of it. But you see, you get a decent amount of stuff to work with. And the nice thing with these kind of assets, even if you're not going to use it in your own commercial game, and by the way, we'll get to the license in a little bit. It's the same standard GameDev Marketplace license. You can basically use it commercially. You are good to go. And actually, I would just link the license in the linked article down below. So if you want to check that out, you can. But you can use these assets commercially. But the nice thing is, even if you're not using them commercially, working with game-ready professional assets just makes the learning experience so much nicer. Now, the thing with this bundle is it jumped quite a bit in price. This next tier is $22.71. Of course, you get all the assets above it, and at the $22.71 Canadian, I think that would be called $15 USD. You get the 2D character mail pack. By the way, if you're interested, click the little magnifying glass and you can learn details of the individual packs, by the way. So you get 2D character mail, 2D hand-painted mine tile set, hand-painted snowland tile set, 7 Souls RPG graphics town tile set. I think this was in a previous bundle. Clean City asset pack, Telsay, chiptune soundtrack bundles, Dwarves vs. Elves RPG sprites, hand-painted extra objects tile sets, Japanese City game asset, JRPG character pack, pixel art beach tile set, pixel art town, side view animated RPG battler, spells and ability icons, that was definitely in previous packs, fantasy character bundle, the forest isometric block tile set, and the forest village isometric block tile set. By the way, these assets can be used in any game engine, so if you want to use them in the Godot engine, RPG Maker, Default, Unity, you name it, these are compatible with your engine of choice. They're basically just sprites. We'll look at that when I download one in a minute. So next up, we get to the $42 tier. Yeah, that part hurts. Now, I'm guessing that that's $30 USD. Let me know if it isn't that much. Let me know that in the comments down below. But that definitely hurts a bit. That's one of the more expensive bundles we've got there, but there's absolutely a ton in this tier. So here you get the 7 Souls RPG graphics tile pack for Grasslands, 80 RPG characters with animations, the Ancient Game SFX pack, the Elemental Magic Sound Effects Volume 1 and Volume 2, the Fantasy RPG Items Volume 2, the Farm and Fort tile set icons, Human Fantasy Animated pack, the Interface SFX pack, JRPG Music pack, the Lighthearted RPG Location Soundtrack bundle, the Lighthearted RPG Soundtrack bundle, the Medieval RPG UI kit, Monster Creature Animated pack, Pixel Art Medieval Interiors, RPG Music Complete Collection, Survival Icons, Tyler Warren's RPG Battlers Pixel Style, Pixel Art Medieval Fantasy Characters, I think I'm going to Monster Creature Super Mix. So here's where we're getting into the more expensive packs. MO RPG UI Kit, Pixel Art Medieval UI Pack, Cute RPG UI Kit, Pixel Art Forest Road, Pixel Art Old Castle, and finally 58 Fantasy RPG items. One of the nice things you can see, though, from looking through this is most of these art styles are very complementary. So if you use making a game and you need all these various different pieces, they should be available to you through this, this pack and that pack, this pack and that pack. So you can sort of mix them all in together and get a pretty cohesive art style as a result. So that is it. Like I said, one of the biggest packs that have been done yet in terms of the volume and unfortunately in terms of the price. But if you are looking for RPG assets, what do they say the full retail value of this stuff is? It's always up here at the top. $871. So you're getting $871 US worth of stuff for 30, I think, US dollars total. So if you're in the market, it's a good deal. Obviously, again, if there's a key asset that you're interested in, be sure to make sure that you don't already have it. I'll show you how to do that in a second. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these packs. I'm going to go ahead and check out, let's say, this one. So the Monster Creature Super Mix. So when you buy it, this is what it looks like. So you can see a lot of these are actually pretty small. So half a megabyte, that kind of thing. 22 megabytes here. But you get a number of different packs. The nice thing is these are there forever, so you can basically store your stuff on their servers. You see a couple of these. The music packs are definitely bigger in the 1.2 gigabyte range, but you're going to find that these things come down basically instantly. So let's go ahead and find that one pack. Where did it go? Which one was I talking about? That one, Super Mix? All right, so here, 72 megabyte download. Pulling it down right now. Let's go up here. Come on, open up. There we go. So it's a decent speed to bring things down. You can see it is a zip file. Inside of the zip file, you get several different folders for the categories you're looking at. So let's say we're looking at the fantasy category. And here you're getting FLA files or PNG files. So let's look at the first one here and see what we get in that content. There we go. Yeah, so you're getting a number of different frames from a number of different angles for a particular creature. And that's one of the packs. Let's go ahead and take a look at a different one here. And then FLAs. I don't think I have anything on here that can open FLA files. Let's see how Animate does with it. Nope, I don't have any FLA. Those would be the Macromedia, or I guess Macromedia hasn't been a thing in 20 years, but Flash kind of files there. So, but you can see you've got individual frame-by-frame PNG files here in sprite sheets. So you can literally just drop this into your engine of choice. They're evenly spaced, so it should be simple to get these particular sprites up and going. I imagine your tile sets are going to be a very similar approach. Again, the nice thing is you can come back here at any time and basically re-download them, so you start using Humble as your library of sorts if you so wish. That's basically what I do. If I need something, I just go in and search for it. On that topic, if you come into Humble, go to your library category once you are logged in. You can come in here and just basically do a search for GameDev Market. Now, unfortunately, we're going to see a mix in because I had already bought the pack, but you're going to see there were a ton of these done in the past. I think for the most part, what I'm seeing in this pack is 90% new, but as you can see by the fact that I'm still scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, there have been a lot of these in the past. So GameDev Marketplace is definitely being well represented here. So, and if I go back here, normally the license is right here. So yeah. The license is available right here, full terms and service. I'm not going to go into the details of it. It's been vetted in the past. Initially, they had somewhat of a dumb license limitation on there, but thankfully they worked around it. So generally you can use these in a commercial settings, and the criteria of what you need is all confirmed here, but you can use it in monetized and non-monetized product. The weird thing is before they used to have this thing along the lines of you could only use it in one product. They got rid of that. So the real thing that you can't do with these assets generally is resell them as assets. So that kind of makes sense. You can't just basically put these up on the Unity Asset Store, for example, but you can use them in your commercial game however you'd like. So anyways, that is it. That is what is the full name we've got going on here? There's a lot of them. RPG Game Development Assets 2D Art, Music, and Sound Effects Pack. If you do have a question about an individual asset or collection of assets, kind of what you get in it, obviously I do buy all of these packs before recommending them to you. So if you have a question about what is in there, I can look it up and give you an idea of what is in an individual pack or an archive. So let me know that if you've got a question in the comments down below. Again, this one is only going to appeal to certain people, but I think to the people that it appeals to, it's really going to appeal because this is a massive collection of stuff. Again, pretty massive price tag by humble standards, but this is kind of the cost of one major asset pack on the Unity Asset Store. So, you know, it's a great deal if this is what you are in the market for. Let me know what you think of this bundle, and I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.